his presence is felt all over the field.
He could play anywhere on the field depending on the situation in the match.
Doesn't matter what position he's playing, the ball could be on the complete opposite side of the field from him, and everyone still knows where he is and what he's doing. It's just, if you don't keep him in the back of your mind, even when he doesn't have the ball, you're going to get punished for it.
So in other words, like freshman year, it was all about, let's try to train him to be the best center defender that he could possibly be, because that's what the team needs. To now fast forward to senior year, and it was like, okay, what's the score of the game right now? What do we need right now? Ramzi can go up, play forward because we need a goal, or we're defending a lead. Ramzi can drop back. We want to have more possession. Ramzi can play in the middle of the field.
And he even puts on the goalie mitts sometimes during practice. His name is Ramzi Ouro-Akondo from Togo, Africa, and we'll get to that. But right now, he's a senior at Southwest High School in Minneapolis. Recently named the Metro Player of the Year by the Star Tribune for soccer, David Levack was quick to point out his versatility being a huge reason for winning this award. So it makes you wonder, where does this versatility come from? How are you an all-state defender your freshman year and then an all-state forward your senior year? Well, I think it goes back to where his journey all started.
I live just like right next to the equator, right? So it was like always sunny.
Ooh.
It was always sunny, always warm. So a regular day would be like, a regular weekend day would be like I'm outside 16 hours a day, just playing soccer and hanging out. From then on, it was just something that like I would always want to do. I just go outside and go play soccer.
If he was playing defender, he would be the best defender on the field in that moment. But if we moved him up to midfield, he would now be the best midfielder on the field. And if we moved him up to forward, he would now be the best forward on the field. And I think that's a really unusual level of versatility that you don't normally see in kids. And maybe that just comes from having developed all kind of skills when he was younger that maybe a lot of American kids don't have the chance to develop.
His family won visas to come over to the USA in a lottery, but at the age of 3, due to bureaucratic reasons, at the last minute he was left behind. It would be 6 years until he was reunited with his family in America, but from then on, it was game on.
Back in Togo, I play with a lot with bigger kids. It just doesn't matter who you're playing with. So when I got here, I was playing U12, and I was a little bit bigger than all the kids here. So it was kind of like mostly just strength and power, not much ability at first, but then at some point you have to put the ability to it and skills and all of that.
When he came to tryouts, we saw that he had a pretty rare and unique combination of skill and physical strength. I mean, for younger players, normally you might see one or the other, but not necessarily both.
But the reason he goes down as one of the best to ever do it is simple: a will to win and compete that is unmatched.
If you're not doing what he thinks is your best and not pushing your...
Does that help you? Does that help the team? Do you think it brought you guys to a new level?
I think, yeah, absolutely. He's a leader when it comes to, bringing all his teammates up with him. It's not just about his improvement. We all got to get up as a team.
He was always his best in the biggest games. A lot of kids are like, I hope I play really well today against our rival. And Ramzi was always just kind of like, I'm going to play great today. And so you guys can get on board with me if you want. And that, like, as a coach, you're just like, I'm liking this,
Yeah,
Your best player is like, I'm going to destroy the opponent. I'm going to dominate today. And I think that attitude, like, as much as that can bug teammates in practice, like on game day when you're, some kids are having a hard time swallowing a glass of water because they're so nervous, like that you love to have your team leader be like that,
He's just a role model. Especially like at practice and on the field, talking about strictly soccer. It's hard to fill those shoes of a leader like that, and someone who's so versatile in his play. it's going to be a hard position to fill.
The way I overhear his teammates talking about him, and I can hear when some teammates talk about how much in awe they are that, you know, he's the only player in our conference history to be All-State 4 years in a row. His teammates now will remember that forever, that, you know, they played with probably one of the, you know, best players in school history, one of the best in our conference's history, and arguably one of the best in the state's history if you go by, you know, its history of awards.